Florence, a very beautiful, beautiful old European city. It's in the Tuscany region of Italy. And already from my hotel room, I can see the hills and the beautiful sort of rolling landscape. And on that landscape, I can see grapevines even from here. So it's an old traditional wine making region of the country. And I'm quite excited to get in there and have a look around at some point later. But more pressing issue is the global recession that we're apparently in. The markets have crashed even further since making my last video, and I couldn't resist the temptation. I went in and I loaded up on some XRP, some Bitcoin. I even bought some Ethereum because Ethereum crashed 20%. Now, for those of you who are new in cryptocurrencies and in this general environment, this might seem like a catastrophe, right? The end of the world, everything is collapsing. One of my friends that I introduced to crypto, who bought some ETH and some Solana, some XRP, some Bitcoin, a few months ago when things were pumping, sort of called me and said, "Oh, I'm going to sell, I'm panicking. I said, "Look, what are you going to do is you're going to basically provide exit liquidity to the whales who are dumping or whoever else is dumping. You're going to sell, you're going to buy high and sell low." I said, "Do you need that money?" They said, "No, I don't need that money." I said, "So why do you need to sell? All you have to do is hold till at least you get your money back, right? If you bought a house, right, and you were living in a house and suddenly there was a housing crash, right? You don't panic and sell your house, do you? No. You just carry on living in your house. I mean, if it's your home, then what do you really care about the price? It's not like you're selling it, right? And if you have it as an investment, you know that you're living in it long term. At some point, the prices are going to go up anyway, because housing, real estate, that's a limited asset, right? And if you have Bitcoin and to some extent, some of these altcoins, they are limited assets. And eventually the price will inevitably return to what they used to be and higher. Now, Bitcoin is down, man, to the 50s. But even the 50s, right? Had we not experienced that massive pump that we did a few months ago that took Bitcoin over the all-time highs, for previous all-time highs, then this is where we should be anyway. Then we wouldn't be feeling this way. We'd feel that things were recovering, things were following the normal pattern. If you zoom out, you see that this is just a sideways movement. Yes, it is a little bit low, but it's just a sideways movement, and it's just gonna bounce back up and then eventually go up. So unless you are trading, I'll talk about that later. I did a little bit of trading myself, with some not so great consequences. Unless you're doing that, then what do you really care, right? If anything, if you have been putting aside some dry powder, and if you have been putting aside a little bit, also you don't depend 100% on your crypto for income. Some people obviously do, but most people don't. Most people have jobs or whatever. This is another opportunity to getting and buy some more and dollar cost average. If you bought at a higher level, rather than selling now, this is the point to buy, to bring your average down a little bit so that you're in profit sooner, right? Let's say you bought at 62, 67, 70. Now you buy in the 50s, you're bringing your average down to maybe 59, 58. Now you're in a better place. Of course, it's not financial advice, you're on research. Now, why did the market crash as hard as it did? Well, apparently some big shots like Rupert Murdoch sold 50% of their holdings in the Apple stock, right? Because they're expecting Apple to do really, really poorly in the coming weeks, I guess. Tech stocks are being decimated at the moment, and Apple is a tech stock. And if people like Rupert Murdoch do something like that, sell something as drastic as 50% of their Apple stock, the stock that they believed in, one or two things is going to happen. Either they believe that there's going to be a massive crash in tech stocks, especially in Apple, and they're locking in the price and they're going to buy back in, or they no longer believe in that product and they're moving on to something else. And I think it's the earlier. I think they think that we're going to get a massive, significant dip. Actually, some analysts have been predicting this now for the past few weeks. It's not completely unexpected. What spooked it, of course, is the jobs report in the United States and the reaction of the likes of Rupert Murdoch to that. And if Rupert Murdoch does something, best believe a lot of people are going to do the same thing. He has a lot of disciples. He has a lot of copycats. People are watching his trades because he's one of the most successful traders in history in the stock market, right? Made billions of dollars trading in the stock market. So obviously a lot of people model themselves out of after him. So what you're going to get is other people doing something similar. People selling 50% of their stocks, right? Probably even more. Some people are completely capitulating out. And then, of course, whatever happens in that stock market finds its way to crypto because Bitcoin is treated like a tech stock. And if Rupert Murdoch sells 50% of his Apple stock, best believe some trader somewhere is selling 50%, if not 100% of their Bitcoin. And that added with the United States and Germany still dumping, we have Grayscale, all of these people still selling. We're going to see this massive dip, and people who have longs, because the market dipped significantly last week or 5 days ago, so it was an opportunity for people to go in and put in huge longs, right? There was so many huge long trades, levered trades, which were now liquidated, which then hit a whole bunch of stop losses and liquidated a massive amount of people, right? Now, talking about liquidations and XRP, I put in a 10x, which I spoke about, I guess, about 2 videos ago. It wasn't much, but it was 10x. I knew that I could lose it anytime. I always say, this is not financial advice. Do your own research and do as you please. Don't follow me. Do what you're doing, because the money that I'm putting in there is for gambling purposes. My main stash, guys, is sitting in cold storage, and I'm dollar cost averaging into that with the profits that I'm making from my trading. So some of the profits that I made from trading, I put back into the XRP long-term bucket. Now, the price of XRP now is still significantly higher than my average. So when I buy now, I'm actually bringing up my average a little bit. But, it's an opportunity because I know it's going back up again in the next week or so. And that's just how quickly things move. And these opportunities, they happen out of the blue, all of a sudden. And the best ones are when we get these significant dumps, right? Something dumps 20%, it has to go back up 40% to get back to where we were before. Now is where the money is made, not when the pump starts, right? When the pump starts, that's where people are exiting, okay? And you can't exit unless you've already bought low. And the lower you buy, the lower you can exit as well. You're not under pressure, right? If you buy now and then it pumps 100% and then it dumps 50%, you're still in profit, significant profit. So you're not as easy to move emotionally. You know what I mean? So I went in, again, not financial advice. I went in, I bought more XRP. I bought a little bit more Bitcoin, actually for the first time in a while. I told you I bought Ethereum because I think Ethereum this is an unfair crash on Ethereum. It's gone down 20 something percent. That's catastrophic. Considering that we're going to get Ethereum ETFs being seeded in the not so distant future, then what an opportunity to get in there and buy some. Like, I don't believe in Ethereum long term. It's just too expensive, too slow, too unscalable. But I believe in it to make money out of it, right? In the short-ish to medium term, right? So this is a massive opportunity. At some point in a few weeks, who knows, a few months, we're going to see a giant surge of a huge Ethereum candle when the ETF seeding begins, when the companies has to buy. They will buy because the ETFs have been approved. The first ones have been launched. It's just a matter of time. These guys are not really in a hurry. I've gone in, I've front ran a whole bunch of people, and the minute it starts to pump, I'm going to exit that baby. I'm going to go either into XRP or into Bitcoin. I might even go into Solana, because Solana also is going to give us a massive green candle. Now, none of this stuff is financial advice, of course. Do your own research. Just realize that when there's blood on the street, this is when you buy. Do not panic sell. Don't give your financial wealth, your future financial freedom, to these whales and crazy people out there who are trying to take the money from you. I will see you in the next video. And for the last time in this video, this is not financial advice. Do your own research. I'll see you. Peace. Bye.